Hello and welcome again to RC Model Reviews, this time in HD. Look, big shiny HD. I'm on the new Sony camera, just giving it a test out, see how it all goes. Don't know, there's a little red box around my head at the moment, don't know why that is. Anyway, we're going to see what happens. I haven't really had much of a chance to play with the camera yet. I did a little bit of filming with it on the weekend. Didn't turn out that good because I'm still getting to grips with the various controls and things, and unfortunately I filmed it in 1080i or 1080-60i instead of, or 50i instead of 50p. Anyway, all these numbers, I'll explain them to you later. Wasn't what I wanted, but I thought I'd do this issue of the not so weekly news in HD with the new Sony camera. You can work out for yourself how it's going. Right, a few things have come in the mail. Got a bit of stuff in the mail, and this is a pretty good one. Look what it says on here. If you can read that in HD. Woo. Good luck buy. That's right. Now, you know I've had a bit of trouble with good luck buy in the past. Their delivery and packaging has been pretty crap. Well, call me a tiger for punishment, but I ordered some more stuff and it came in this bubble wrap envelope. Good packaging. And inside the bubble wrap envelope was this strip of bubble wrap. And inside the strip of bubble wrap, just keeps getting better and better, with these little circuit boards that I ordered. See that? And these come in plastic bags with a conductive plastic bag inside that surrounding the board. So packaging top notch, and the delivery was pretty damn quick too. It took about a week of processing and then another, I don't know, 10 days for postage. So I'm quite happy with that. Oh, and what are these little boards for? Well, these are the 433 megahertz 500 milliwatt RF boards that I may be using for the long range FPV transmitter receiver system. I'm gonna, when I get time, no promises, when I get time, I'll be looking at them, see if they're any good for that kind of application. And if they are, who knows, we might do that as a DIY project, but there's way too much DIY that isn't finished yet to even get started on that at the moment. Still, I thought I'd let you know good luck buy came through this time. Maybe they're fixing up their systems. Maybe it's getting better, I don't know. What else? Oh yeah, I was gonna get some of the little Hobby King 9-gram servos, but they were out of stock. Finally they came into stock, but I'd already ordered these in the meantime. These are little 9-gram Metal Gear digital servos. I got these from RC Timer. Don't know if they're any good, haven't even plugged them in, but I'll do a little review on them, let you know what the alternatives to the Hobby King servos are, and if it's worth paying $7 when you can get a pretty nice little servo from Hobby King for under $2. Is it worth the extra money? Who knows? Now, as I mentioned last time, this is the Horizon HD camera from Foxtech FPV. And here's the little cable that comes with it, USB cable, and there's also a little AV cable there, lets you plug it in and use it as an FPV camera, as well as a recording camera. Now here's what I got, and I think this is pre-production, so we can't judge it too harshly. There's a little camera unit here. See, the camera's a long way away now because this one doesn't have a wide-angle lens like my Panasonic did, but getting to grips, won't make any judgments yet. So here we go. Yeah, this is the camera unit itself. I'll have to actually get off my chair and bring it up close enough for you to see that, and hopefully this will focus on that. Nah, doesn't want to. Bit of a problem with the Sony, doesn't focus quite as well as the Panasonic did, I think, but that's early days. So that's the Horizon HD camera. It's different because it comes in really two parts. You've got the camera head, which is this little thing here, although I'm quite surprised it's kind of looks like it's been pulled out of something. Doesn't, maybe the production one has a little bracket to mount it on, don't know. Then there is the actual electronics bits here in this little heat shrunk package there. It's quite light. On the back we've got an LCD, look at that. Isn't that a cool thing? So that when you're setting this up to do your filming on your model, you can get your angles and everything right, and you'll be able to see what the camera sees, which you can't really do with the GoPro. And this should fit the external ka-ching LCD that can mount onto the camera. But initially I'd have to say, why on earth are we taking an LCD for a ride on a model airplane, a fragile little LCD, when it would make more sense to me just to have the little screen plug in. Just plug it in the side, set things up, unplug it, and away you go. Why take this LCD up and potentially smash it into a million pieces if you have a crash? Don't know. We have to talk to Foxtech. Anyway, got to put the new software in that, fire it up. I know there's been a bit of discussion on some of the forums already about some of the issues with this camera, so we'll take a look at it and see if we can address some of those issues, because there are a few, but it's a new product. It'll take a little while to bed in, I suspect. Now, what else have I got on my box of stuff? Oh yes, I got these. Yeah, I won't do the fancy unboxing stuff, but what's in the box? Plastic bags with FPV antennas. And I'm sorry if all you people who don't like FPV are getting really bored right now, because FPV is kind of the in thing, and I wanted to get it all done before the end of the summer, and I think I've just about done it. Oh, sorry, before the start of the winter, and I think I've just about done it. And this is what we get. Look, these are the little skew planar wheel antennas, and there's also a rather nice looking helical in here. If I get all the bags out, I've got 2 skew planar wheels to look at and looks like a 7-turn helical. Look at this little baby. Oops, what did I drop? Oh, it's an adapter. There we go. Look at that baby. Isn't that a pretty piece of work? That's a very nicely made antenna, actually. I've got to say, that is a very nice piece of kit. Does it work? Don't know. I shall test it. I shall put it on the FPV pole and I shall fire it up and I shall compare it to a homemade one, rather crudely made home one I might add, and we'll see if it's worth paying all the extra money that you pay for a professionally made, and I must say very professionally made antenna system from Circular Wireless. So you can go to their website and have a look. See, I think I mentioned this once before, but they seem to be making some very nice bits of kit, and it just remains to be seen if you're getting into FPV and you want to go the circularly polarized antenna way. Is it better to buy a commercial product like this, or should you persevere with trying to make your own? Because I know a lot of people have had a lot of trouble making their own circularly polarized antennas, and to be honest, looking on the internet at some of the pictures people have taken of their creations, some of them are pretty bad. You've got to be able to solder, and you've got to be able to work with very close tolerances to make your own. I think sometimes it's better to buy, but we'll see if the difference is worth paying for. Also here I found this is, I gave RC Timer a bit of a ragging in my last video because they sent me those bogus dumb Dean's connectors I can't use. But one thing I got off them that is really quite cool, and I've used a lot of these, I like them, they seem to work really well. It's these little Ubex. See, that's in this bag here. I'll take it out of the bag for you so you can see. I'm getting a bit tight having to lean right across the room. I might have to work on some other way to do this for my weekly users. Here it is. That's the little, hopefully, not going to focus. We'll have to do something about this. It's the little Ubex. It's a little switching voltage regulator for your RC models, and I think it'll take, I can't remember what it takes, was it output 5 volts, input, doesn't tell me how many cells, but I think easily 3 cells, probably 4 cells. I'll check it out. I'm going to review the whole thing anyway, because what I like about this is it's so small and light, and it's 3 amps supposedly according to the specs. But where I use them is on a lot of my electronic projects, because you can use a little 3-terminal 5-volt regulator, but they get pretty hot if you're passing any current. So I'm using these in the FPV receivers for the 5.8 gigahertz video and on the backpack, and they work really, really well, but they are noisy. They're very noisy. You wouldn't want to use these if you've got a long range 433 megahertz system, because it's too noisy. It'll probably kill your radio reception. On 2.4, 2.4 doesn't care. The frequency is far and away above any noise this kicks out. So I'll do a noise profile, I'll do a whole lot of stuff. Look at a few of these Ubex, because there's a lot on the market now, and they all have various claims to fame. So we'll just compare a few and see whether what you get for $2.95 and what you get for something like some of the Turnigy products and some of the more expensive ones, which can cost, $30-40 sometimes for a switching Ubex. So notice no ferrite bead on this one. That's probably one of the reasons it's so noisy. It's just wire. Without the little ferrite on there, the radio frequency this acts like an antenna and it broadcasts. In fact, when I turn this on my bench here, it kills my radio. So it's pretty noisy, but if you're not worried about noise, I say, I can't buy the bits for $2.95. Absolutely excellent. Now, what else is coming up? Well, I'm going to be reviewing this camera, of course, the one I'm using now. Hopefully it's coming out all right. It's hard to tell. And I'll be doing some comparisons and explaining the pros and cons as related to model use. As I had a bit of a play on the weekend, and the steady shot, it's absolutely gobsmackingly good, but it's not without problems. And I'll tell you what those problems are when I do the full review. That's it. I'm looking around to see if anything I've forgotten. I don't think so. That's about all I've got for today. So thank you for watching. Oh yes, the FPV backpack, I forgot to mention that. All the bill of materials is going up on the website as I speak, well, in a day or so. And that'll tell you where to get the bits and what bits you need, and you should rush off and buy those and you can start making your own backpacks. The boards yet have not to arrive from China. I'm giving up on that company. I think they're a complete dead lost waste of time. So I'm going to go to probably IT to one of the other more reputable, well-known studio, PC board manufacturers and get them done there. So, but I'll show you how to do your own. Etch your own if you want to. You can use a laser printer, print it onto magazine paper, iron it onto a circuit board, throw it in some etch. But if you're only doing small quantities, it's hardly worth it now, because getting your hands on some ferric chloride can be a bit difficult and a bit expensive because it's a dangerous goods, and it takes a bit of practice to get a home etched board coming out right, especially double-sided where you got to line up both sides of the board, otherwise the holes come out in the wrong place. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, a bit of a build video coming up, a bit of a showing you all what the bits are and so forth. So stay tuned and go to the website, because eventually I will update it with the new version, which runs on a nice content management system, so I can keep updating it really quickly and easily instead of making separate web pages for every new review or feature. That's it. Thank you for watching. If you feel like chucking some money at me, do it. I will not complain. And I'll see you next time on RC Model Reviews. Don't forget, thumbs up, because That's what you do, isn't it?